at the library with all these voiceovers, okay? But what I've noticed is that um, I've noticed that a lot of people who like pushed me away or turned away from me or didn't have anything to say, all of a sudden, once I started getting a little bit lighter to go and see about me, they weren't even saying anything encouraging. Some people were like, "We'll pray about it," and then just kept the distance, you know. Other people was just like, "Well, you made this happen. It had to be something that you did for you to go through something so terrible, you know." And other people's like, I don't want to deal with her. You know, she's doing like, I'm just on some happy stuff. And then some people would just like, I don't know. I was trying to lean towards them. It looked like they were trying to lean towards me, but God was like closing that door. But I say that just to say this, you know. Um, and I've said this before. Back then, you did not want me. Now, when people are paying attention and you see me getting elevated, now everybody wants to be all over me. Everyone wants to be all around me. Um, so I'm careful now as to who I give my energy to. Because I know that all those kids, oh my God, that my time is valuable on earth. In order to do something productive, sometimes you got to let go of some people. And if they were destined or designed by God to stay, they would have stayed. However, they did not. And that's what God had designed it for, you know. And looking back at it, it shows me that some of the people that I was around, they did not have good intentions for me. They didn't have good intentions for me. Some of them had good intentions, period, but it was not for me. They didn't have me as in the good intentions, you know, plan. Some people wanted to be had good intentions, but they thought of me as less than, as somebody who could not achieve things, you know, or lower than them. They never thought about me um, being an individual capable of succeeding, you know. People always try to label you and put you in a box. So, um, yeah, that's what I was getting. A lot of people that would like that, or people who want you to succeed, but not succeed to this standard. You know, succeed is not being homeless anymore, or not, you know, dealing with abusive relationships. They don't want to see you successful as being, you know, an entrepreneur or succeeding better than them. And I talk about this a lot. You know, a lot of people want you to succeed. It's not that. It's not that the world doesn't want you to succeed. It's just most people do not want you to do better than them because they see that if you went through what you went through, which is usually 10 times worse is what they did or the same amount, and you come out succeeding, then they have to face the fact that what is wrong with them? What did they do? Because you came from the same background or even worse. What did you do that was so different that came out with this good outcome? They had to reevaluate their lives, which sometimes people can't handle. They have to run away. You know, they have to run away and hide, you know. I even talk about this sometimes with my own mom and her issues, you know. We almost went through the same things, but, you know, how you handle it um, shows what kind of person you are. And even looking back then, looking at things back then and looking at them now, I thought I was so less than and that I was a weak person. But looking at it now, I had to be a strong person to let go and to, see things. And the only reason I was able to do that is because I trusted God. I did not know when my next meal was going to be. I did not know what was going to happen, and I'm still trusting God because I'm in so much turmoil. It's like God works it out in that, He works it out. Like He really, really works it out. And the stuff that I think is turmoil, because I started out in a lot of turmoil and chaos, He made it to it wasn't really turmoil and chaos. It was just shaking up. It was a shaking up and releasing some of the toxic bands that were on my life, toxic people, toxic relationships, toxic situations. And if it didn't come as catastrophic as it was, I wouldn't have been able to succeed. I would have had a lot of people draining me and a lot of situations that I had no control over dictate what my life was going to be. And that wasn't in the purpose or the divine will of God. So, yeah. If you're listening to this, hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. Um, you might be listening to this and going through a difficult situation and you're wondering why people are leaving you. And just know if you pray, God sometimes has that. that time to happen so he can shake things up a little bit, and you see who you are as the real person, not, as this flesh being, as a spiritual being, how much of a warrior you really are. And that's what I learned about myself, how much of a warrior that he has created me to be. What is in deep inside of me. If I wasn't, that resilient, I would have just gave up, especially at the multiple times of, you know, um, being down, being homeless, dealing with the mother that has mental illness with schizophrenia and all that. So, um, yeah. So, yeah, hopefully something I said or done will help you on your journey. And stay tuned to Journey to Jerusalem. If it's something that I've said that can help you, take it. If it's something that can help someone else, please send it to someone else. If not, and it doesn't help you at all, thank you for tuning in. Thank you.